Hi, I'm Quinn. This is Open Awareness Yoga, and today we're doing 30 minutes of some gentle somatics and yoga for the shoulders and upper back. So you need a couple of things: a blanket, this can also be a bath towel, and a strap of some sort. Okay, and if you don't feel like going to grab props, that's okay. I think you can do it without. I'll give you some options. And we're going to start first, just check in with the body. So come to lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. And the arms just along the side of the body. Palms face up if that is okay for you right now. And then make any little adjustments that your body feels like it needs. And tune into your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And take a scan of the back side of your body, paying special attention to the back of the head, your neck, your shoulder blades, down the length of the arms, and the upper ribs and upper spine. Get a feel for the right arm, right shoulder blade. Just notice how much it's turned in or turned out. And compare that to the left arm and left shoulder blade. Get a register for any differences from side to side. Most of us have them since we have a dominant arm. And we'll take a snapshot another couple times throughout class after we do some work just to see, did it work? Did you get a positive benefit from it or not? Okay, so now you're going to take your blanket. This could also be just a little pillow. Place it across your mat and come to lying on one side. Okay, so whatever's underneath your head, just make sure it's high enough so your neck feels comfortable. And if you don't have something like a blanket underneath you, can place your bottom arm underneath your head like a pillow. And then the top arm will just lie along the side of the body. And then close your eyes and check in with the back line of your body. And see if you can line up your tailbone with your shoulder blades and the back of your head. A nice long spine. Okay, and we'll start to move the shoulder in all of the directions that it goes in. So this is the upper shoulder you'll be working with. Go ahead and roll that shoulder forward. So you might even let your pinky finger lift up and then roll towards the ground in front of you as you slump the shoulder forward and bring it back to the starting point. And you'll continue this moving really slowly, letting the shoulder roll forward and then just right back to neutral. Pay attention to how this feels through your front chest and the neck. You might even notice it into your jaw. And continue to breathe in any natural rhythm. And we'll do one more like this. No rush, take your time. And pause. Now we'll move back. So here you'll roll the arm back. You might even roll your thumb now forward and up. And then bring it back to where it started. So as you roll the arm back, you might feel your shoulder blade drawing closer towards your spine. And then you release. Continue. And release just as slow as you roll back, so that you're not rushing any part of this movement. Last one. And then come back to neutral. Now we'll lift the shoulder up to the ear. Okay? So you'll draw that shoulder up towards the ear, a little bit of scrunch in the neck, and then release it back to neutral. And continue this, moving very slow as you scrunch the shoulder and then release it. This is a really common holding pattern in a lot of our bodies. The upper trap here at the base of the neck can be tight. So this movement might seem kind of familiar. And do your last one. And release. And then we'll go down. So this might be like you're reaching into a pocket, a really deep pocket. So you drag that shoulder down, so like you're lengthening the neck, and then release it back up. And then continue exploring this movement. Continue to breathe. And just notice what you feel inside your own body. No judgment. No need to analyze. We'll finish up a last one here. Now we'll make big, exaggerated circles with the shoulders. You can go in either direction, but I'll coach you through one way. So you might roll the shoulder forward and then lift it up towards the ear, roll it back, and then reach it down, and again forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Try to smooth out this circle. And then when you're done, pause and change directions. Back, up, rolling forward and down, and back, up, forward, and down. Last time. And pause when you're done. And roll onto your back. You might move whatever you have underneath your head out from underneath your head and resume the position that you started your practice in. And just notice. Notice the side that you just did. And compare it to the other side. And now we'll switch sides. You can just roll over, placing a pillow or your lower arm underneath your head so that your neck feels comfortable. Then line up your spine. Back of head, shoulder blades, and tailbone in one line. And your upper arm just resting on the top body. And here we'll do a different order. Let's start by going up, okay? So lifting that shoulder up, scrunching the side neck, and then slowly releasing to neutral. And continue. Can you become curious in the way that this feels in your body? Can you slow down enough so that your awareness truly does pick up on every tiny shift in this motion? And finish up your last one. Now let's move forward. So here we roll the arm forward and down towards the chest and back to neutral. You might even feel that your head turns down towards the ground and your chin tucks a bit. Don't stop any emotions in the body. Just let the body move as you direct this one movement of internal rotation of your upper arm bone. One or two more times here. And when you're done, pause. Now let's move back. So externally rotating, shoulder blade moves in towards the spine, and then back to neutral. Hopefully you noticed on the other side there was some difference in the way your arm felt after you finished, which can sometimes make it easier to buy in to whatever it is we're doing here. This is somatics practice. Paying attention to your body, finishing up this round, coming back to neutral. In our last one, we reach down. So like we're reaching into that deep pocket and then back to neutral. Notice if there's any area of your body that feels like it's holding on for dear life. Just notice and do this one small movement. And come back to neutral. And now we make the exaggerated circles. So moving in whichever direction you choose. Big circles hitting all of the points that you explored one by one on the tour of the shoulder rotation. You'll do about 3 going in one direction. Go slow and notice. Pause in between and change direction when you're ready. Try to smooth out the circles. And when you feel done, come back to neutral. And then roll onto your back. Remove anything from underneath your head and find that starting position. And just notice. All right, let's see how much time we have. We've got some time. Let's do something for the neck. My neck always feels kind of tired after working through that. So come to lay on your belly. Turn your head to one side and bring your arms into goalpost arms. So the elbows are bent 90 degrees and your thumb is about in front of your nose. Legs are relaxed. Relax your jaw and let your head rest totally heavy on the floor. Now as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest up, turn your head to look to the other direction, and exhale, you lower all the way down. Let your head rest completely when you are ready. Come back the other way, inhaling to lift up. Turn the head, exhaling to come back down. And let your jaw relax and your head be heavy. Continue. This is about sensing, noticing, feeling. Not so much about getting the exercise or working out. Go from minimal effort, maximum ease. And do one more time each side. Remember to relax completely when your head comes to the floor. And then when you're done, stack your palms and place your forehead on the back of the hands just to rest with the spine in a neutral position. So the head isn't turned to one side or the other. And take a breath or two here. And then press yourself up and find a comfortable seat. So for you, if sitting on the floor isn't comfortable, you can sit on the edge of a chair. I'm going to take this blanket and sit up on it myself. That's more comfortable in my body. Any comfortable position will do. And if you're using a strap, or in my case a tie, have that nearby. All right, interlace your fingers and press the palms away from your face and take a look at your thumbs. Notice, especially if your main texting thumb is more cramped up than the other, try to lengthen the thumb straight down towards the ground. Soften the top shoulders down. And as you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Now notice that they don't start to flare your ribs forward. Now we're taking a back bend, right? We want to stretch through the arms. So keep your low ribs knitted down to your front hip points. And then just bring your arms back. And they might not go back so far. They might be more at an angle, and that's okay. Soften the top shoulders down. And maybe look up. Breathe. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the arms out through a T and bring them down to the side of the body. And then turn your head to look over one shoulder. And rotate it all the way to the other shoulder. Bring it back to center. Interlace your fingers with the other index finger on top. And press the palms away from the face and stretch your thumbs down. Soften the top of your shoulders. Think about knitting these low ribs down to the front hip points. Keep the top shoulders soft. As you inhale, you stretch and reach the arms towards overhead. Deep breaths. Try to straighten your arms at the elbow as best you can. You'll feel your tricep muscles hugging in towards the bone. Maybe look up. Another deep inhale, fill up all the way, and as you exhale, release your hands out through a T and bring them down by the side of the body. So now I'm going to take the strap, and again, you can do this without a strap, but if you have one, throw it over your left shoulder. As you inhale, lift your right arm overhead, and then take your left hand to the upper right arm. Turn it in towards the face. So your pinky finger will sweep forward and behind you. Okay. Now bend the right elbow to pat your own back. And place your left fingers on the elbow to lift that elbow up towards the sky. And notice that you're not lifting those right front ribs up. Again, tether the ribs down towards the front hip points. Then you might try to find the strap that's across your back with that right hand. And you can just touch the strap for now. Now bring the left arm out to a T, palms face forward. Sweep your thumb forward and down, so now your palm is facing behind you. Bend your elbow and reach behind you to grab the strap. And you know you don't have to grab so far up on the strap. Grab it anywhere that you can reach. Okay. So now we're in cow face arms, Gomukhasana. Now here, think about reaching your left elbow behind you and drawing the inner shoulder blade in towards your spine. So here we're opening that left collarbone from inside out, breathing deeply. Press the back of your head straight back into your right arm. Just a few more breaths. Soften your jaw, relax your throat, and slowly release. Bring the arms to the lap. Take a breath to recover. And if you're using the strap, move it over onto the right shoulder. I didn't mention this. If you're not using the strap, you can grab your clothes or just bring your arms behind your back and work energetically into the stretch. All right, so inhale, left arm overhead. Right hand comes to the left upper arm. So externally rotate the arms by bending towards the face. Bend your elbow to pat your own back. And then bring your fingertips to the elbow point to lift the elbow up. Pay attention that you're not flaring the ribs and back bending at the low back, so knit those low ribs down. You might already be feeling a stretch here, I know I am. And bring the right arm out to a T, palms face forward, and then flip the thumb forward and down so the palm faces back. And then reach behind you, grabbing the strap with both hands, or just allowing your hands to be along the back. And then we'll work with this muscular effort. So here's the inner edge of my shoulder blade. I try and pull that right shoulder blade in towards the spine, which presses the elbow further behind me. What we're also doing is stretching this right collarbone from the inside out. Press the head back into the left arm. Breathe deeply. And feel that shoulder stretching open. Soften your jaw, soften your throat. One more deep breath in. And use your exhale breath to release. Hands in the lap. Take a breath to recover. And you can set that strap off to the side. All right, this next one we have some options, either eagle arms or we'll give ourselves a hug. So you start with an inhale, open up to a T. As you exhale, cross right arm over the left to hug yourself tightly. Now you might stay here, breathing into the upper back as you inhale, feeling this shoulder blade stretch away from the spine. And if you'd like to try, if you have the space, you might find eagle arms. So then you bring the backs of the hands towards one another, and you can cross again at the wrists and bring the palms to touch. If you're taking eagle arms, lift your elbows up to shoulder height and press the forearms away from the face. No matter which version you're doing, soften these top shoulders down and breathe in between the shoulder blades. So you can send your breath into your backside body. You might shake your head no to release any tension in your neck. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Take a breath. Let it out. And then we'll do the second side. Big inhale, open the arms. Exhale, cross left arm on top, either hugging yourself tightly or finding those eagle arms. If you do eagle arms, elbows up to shoulder height, press the forearms away from the face, and everybody soften the top shoulders down. Deep breaths into the upper back body. Shake the head no, especially if you're feeling this in the neck. And find a more comfortable position for your neck. So for me, my chin needs to be slightly tucked. One more deep breath here. And then release the arms. One breath in and out. Last seated pose. So this one, you might use your strap. You're just going to interlace your fingers or grab your strap behind your back. If you don't have a strap and you can't meet the fingers, you can grab opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Okay. Here you roll the shoulders back and down. Knit these low ribs down towards the front hip points. Then straighten the elbows and reach the arms behind you. So notice the difference in this and this. Okay? So we want to keep those low ribs knitting and reach the knuckles as far as they go. Maybe looking up. Take an inhale breath now into the top chest and feel the collarbone spread away from center. Continue to breathe. And slowly release. Bend the elbows. Release whatever's in your hands. Place your hands back in your lap. Take a breath to recover. And now we will come to the floor. So find that blanket that you're using, if you have one, and fold it. So we're making a little blanket to back bend over. You'll place it across your mat. And then come to laying over it, right underneath the shoulder blades or wherever feels best for your body. Your shoulders and your head will be on one side of that blanket roll. And if it's too high, unroll it a little bit. I'll show you. So it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a much smaller little blanket roll there. If your low back feels compromised in any way, first try to lift up the hips and then set the buttocks down closer to the heels to lengthen the low back. And then do what you need to find the right spot. You'll know it's the right spot because it feels good. And then here, just let yourself relax. Arms either in a T or in goalposts, or also called cactus arms. And think about the imprint of that blanket roll underneath you. moving into your back. Like your back was silly putty. It was just melting, draping over the blanket. Breathing smooth and slow. You're welcome to stay here if you like. I'm going to guide you through a couple of twists and then Shavasana. So to come out of this, you just roll to one side and sit yourself up. Move the blanket out from underneath you. Come to lie back down on the ground. Bring your arms out to that T or goalpost. And bring your knees into the chest. All right, before you go into the twist, commit to keeping both of your shoulders down on the ground. So that might mean your knees don't land on the ground. Okay, inhale. As you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Keep your left shoulder down on the ground. You can always tap your right toes down for a little bit of support. A little bit of guidance. You guide your knees down towards the ground without letting your left shoulder lift up. And turn to look over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And feel your navel hugging in towards your spine. Bring the knees back to center. Now keeping that right shoulder blade down, let the knees drop over towards the left. Maybe drop your left toes down. If that helps, you keep that right shoulder blade down. If you'd like, you can turn to look over the right shoulder. Breathe deep. Come back up to center. Release one foot down at a time. Bring the arms down by the sides of the body, the palms face up. And then here you can either leave your knees bent or straighten your legs long for a final rest. And close your eyes. Make any adjustments you need. And scan the body once more. Paying special attention to the back of your head, your neck, shoulder blades, and the length of your arms, and your upper ribs. Notice the right shoulder blade and arm. It's registering if it's any different from when you first did this scan. Crossing the body, notice the left shoulder blade and arm. Same question. And let your attention just drift. Forget everything for just a moment. And let go. We're right here at 30 minutes. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana. Slowly roll to one side and sit up for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions or any requests for these 30-minute gentle sessions. I bring my hands together at my heart and bow to honor you and your practice, in gratitude for sharing that with me. And also in gratitude to the practice of yoga and the teachers and students that have come before me, that have come before us. Thank you. Bye.